everybody, this is Cybertron John, and today we are going to be reviewing the Transformers Age of the Primes Voyager class, the 13 Primes Prima Prime. So, here he is, the first Prime of the original 13, and let's take a quick look at the packaging. So here he is in the packaging. Here's his artwork on the side with the Star Saber sword, and is the first wielder of the Matrix of Leadership. On this side of the box, you can see that you've got Prima Prime, that's Vector Prime, who is going to be a repack of our Legacy United Voyager class Vector Prime from Cybertron Universe. And here you can also see Alpha Trion, which I believe there's been leaked. There's been a bit of leaked media type footage of what his alt mode's going to actually look like. And obviously the listing got leaked ages ago as well. So on here, on the other side, just a bigger bit of that front art there. And then on the back here, you got your obligatory product shots. You can store the Matrix in his chest, or you can pop it on the Star Saber. 20 steps, robot mode, vehicle mode, and that is pretty much it. So, I'm going to get him out of this box, and we're going to see how he's packed inside. So, here is what he looks like out of the box. And as you can see, there are no little paper tissue bags to be found, as he is Voyager class. So, no bits of paper you need to check before you throw your packaging out, which is good. Just a couple of snips that you gotta snip off. I'll crack him out here, and we will see how awesome he actually is, and whether he stacks up to his other 13th counter Solus. But first things first, if you would like to see any more videos like this done by me, then please do like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, here is Prima Prime out of packaging and in his robot mode, and I think he looks cool. He looks great. So the head here is from, I believe it's G1 Cartoon, and then what we see of the body is more aligned continuity. But yeah, being the first Prime, his legendary weapon is the Star Saber, as you can see down here. So in the packaging, it comes in two pieces. You got a port in there. Yeah, you got a peg in the holster. And they just slide together. And also right there is his logo on the blade hilt there, in the blade part. And also on the hilt, you can, the Matrix is attached, which you can take off, like so. And if you want to, you can take it and you can pop it in his chest. Yeah, make sure that you got it correct. That port is facing that way, and then you can shove it in there. It is really, really difficult to get out. However, that is where it's going to stay for the rest of the video, as it is also the best way to store it for transformation. So, we'll get to transformation in a little bit. So, first of all, he can hold the Star Saber in his hand, like so. You can put him in some cool poses with it. So for now, I'm going to pop it. Actually, yeah, we'll show how else you can store it. So he does have a 5mm port. So if you want to, you can have it on the side of his arm. You can also plug it on his shoulder instead, or on the back here there are, on the back here there is a port up here, and what you can do is you can just plug it up there, I think, as well. Believe if you want to do that instead and have him like that. It's a little precarious, but it's better doing it that way. So, down to articulation. So, the head is on a little bit of side to side here for quizzical tilting. It can do full 360, and he can look up really far. And he can look... Can I look down? Yeah, not by much. The shoulder pads can come out to accommodate for his shoulders to go up about that far. And his arms can do a full 360. He also has upper shoulder rotation here. He's got over 90 degrees of bend in the elbow. He also has a wrist swivel on a mushroom peg. And one of the rarest forms of articulation for Voyager classes of today. I believe it's only been seen with Earthrise Optimus Prime to start with, and then when they did the Leader Class Studio Series Starscream, which was the Voyager Starscream on a higher budget. He's also joining them with the pinned knuckles for the 4 typewriter fingers here, which you can do there. So that can give you some really cool poses. So moving right on down, you can bring out the waist pieces here for a rotation at the waist. His legs can go up that far, back that far. He can go all the way out and do the full splits. He also has thigh rotation there. He's got absolutely amazing over 90 degrees bend at the knee. And he also has, I believe he's got a slight bit of rock forward, rock back, and he has ankle tiltage as well. So there you go for articulation right there. So for size comparison, here he is with Age of the Primes, Solus Prime, and from just playing with Prima Prime here, I can tell that he is of a greater quality than that of Solus here. That feels a little more flimsy in certain areas and more delicate. But the transformation, for the most part, is on par with what we have today with Solus. Although Prima's transformation, as you will see in a little bit, it's fairly dead easy. It's not, it's really clever in what it does, and you can totally do it. I think if you are quite experienced with other Transformers, you can probably work this one out without instructions. So there is Solus Prime. Let's see, what else can we do? So, perhaps something more Studio Series based. Here is Studio Series Optimus Prime from Transformers 1. So we're gonna do a little rotation here. You see how they work together? And then, I mean, he is posed. He's not straight up, but we're gonna just do it anyway. So here he is then with Armada Universe Leader Class Megatron. You can see how much bigger he is. So there you go. That is it for size comparisons. So, that's time for transformation. So, first things first, we're going to take out the sword, we're going to split it, and we're going to pop it off to the side. There is weapon storage when we get to the alt mode. So, first things first, you're going to do, we're going to bring out these shoulder pylons here. And we're going to basically just start prepping stuff. So we're going to rotate here. You see that the arms are on a double thing here. So what you want to do, you can see the hinge here. You just want to rotate it like that. And then you want to bring the arm in as far as you can, basically to fill that. And then we're gonna just rotate it like that, and we're gonna deal with it later. Second verse, same as the first, just rotate it up like that. Bring the fist in, and then we're gonna use that swivel joint there at the arm, and we're gonna deal with it later on. So now we're going to come to the top here. What we're going to do is we're going to unclip shoulders, and we're going to take the backpack away from the front here. And we're going to bring that out so that we got this going on. What we are then going to do is we're going to bring out the front wheels that are hidden. Go bring those out. So, trying to show it here. Bring those out, and then we are going to fold Prima's head into there as well, because Prima's head lives down there basically. And then what we are also going to do is we are going to, yeah, you can clip it in, and then it's pretty much you unclip it, and then you want to rotate it, and then don't clip it in. Don't clip it in yet, because what we're going to do is we're going to bring this down. And actually, before we do that, we're going to sort out what's going on up here. So the shoulders here, you got a double hinge. Up here. You want to utilize that so that they come together. For the most part. Then you want to take this panel here. You can see there's two slots up there. You basically want to bring it down, and you want to have it so that the panel, that these shoulders meet up with that panel. And just make sure that they are snugly pegged in there. We're gonna just bring out those arms, and then we're gonna bring this down. It's just gonna come down over the top, more or less like that. What we're gonna then do is we're gonna then take the forearms, go rotate them this way, and then we're gonna bring them in, and what you got here is you got a slot up in there, slot up in there. Well, you got a peg up in there, and you got a slot here on the forearm, and those two basically need to meet up. It is a little difficult doing it right near the camera, but you can totally get it. Totally get it and do it. Just gotta check that everything is working. Believe so. Second verse, same as the first. Bring that arm there. Find the peg. Find the slot. Slot those in. So now we got what looks like something that's more cohesive. You then take the shoulder pads here, and you bring them forward to form the front side bumpers here, and you want them to click in. You gotta want them to lock in and just tab in, basically. Tab in. That's how you know that is properly locked. So then we've got pretty much the front of the space buggy thing that's going on here. What you gotta do next is you are then we're gonna bring these feet forward. We're gonna want to take out these wheels. Bring them out for now. Just bring them out. And then what you gotta do is you got two tabs here that the legs connect to reduce stress. Best thing to do is just slide them together. You slide one up, and the other one down. Then what you gotta do is you gotta fold the feet in. There's a tab on the foot there, and we got our slot in there. They're just gonna slot in like so. What you are then gonna do is you're gonna take this, you're gonna bring that back in a little bit, and you're just gonna bring it so that we can get that wheel out like that. It's a little weird because you're flexing the plastic. Basically, you then take the knee joint, and what you're looking to do is you're looking to get these feet underneath this section here. Once it's past that, you're basically looking for the peg here to meet with that slot in there, and you're looking for that on either side. Vehicle. And then once that's done, what you're then gonna do is we're gonna take a sword hilt. We got a little tiny peg there. You got pegs on the inside of the back, and what you're gonna do is you're just gonna bring sword hilt basically, and you gotta peg that right up underneath there. So it's like that underneath the vehicle, and then you've got a peg wedged all the way up there, which this sword basically you bring that into there, and that just slots in there, if you get it right. And with all that said and done, here is Prima Prime in his vehicle mode. And I like this vehicle mode. I really do. I think this totally seems Cybertronian. It seems futuristic. It's sci-fi space, which is exactly... I got that also from Solus Prime for her vehicle mode, but this seems so much more space age to me with that sci-fi futuristic look to it. And it just seems so much better as well. I love the transformation on this. It's easy, it's not complicated, and it's fairly cohesive, and you don't feel like anything's gonna fall off or split. So, I mean, I do think that this is slightly better quality than what Solus is, where you do have maybe that one bit on shoulder pads that is a little fiddly, and you gotta kind of force it over the shoulders, if you will, those shoulder pads to form the front bumper bits with the lights. It is a bit flimsy in doing so. But yeah, anyway, taking a look at the details here. Got the side profile here. I just think it looks like this futuristic, sleek, you know, buggy cruiser, Land Cruiser thing. It's really, really cool. I love it. I totally love it. That is what the top looks like. I think it's alright. That is the bottom. He's got invisible head syndrome, but, you know, that's just how it converts. It's okay. The wheels are pinned, so he does roll, which is quite good. Then, size comparison wise, I don't have many vehicles, but here he is with Animated Universe Prowl. God, I'm using these guys a lot, aren't I? And here he is with Voyager class Animated Universe Motormaster. So, that was my video on Transformers Age of the Primes, the original 13, the first Prime, Prima Prime. Yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next video. This has been Cybertron John. Peace out.